Hi beauties, my name is Jessica and welcome to my Majestical World, where I hope to empower you to know your strength through all life's changes by inspiring your creativity and sharing my favorite tools to express your beauty. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my $100 kitchen cabinet makeover. So stick around. This was the second time that I have refinished or painted cabinets, and this process was way easier, and it cut the time down drastically. It cut the mess down drastically, and other than hanging the doors back up, I was able to do the project by myself. So it doesn't require a ton of manpower, which is a great quick fix or you're just wanting a little facelift in your living space. So here is a before picture and here is our after. Pretty awesome considering it was just a little over $100 to complete this project. So the first thing we have to do is gather our supplies. I knew that I was going to do this project in 3 days. This project requires no sanding, a deep clean, and I'm going to talk you through that whole process as we go along. I cannot tell you how much easier it was using the products that I'm going to show you in this video compared to when we did this 3 years ago at our old condo. The first thing you're going to want to use is Krud Kutter. This was a lifesaver. It helped me to not have to sand my cabinets down, so I still get the full look of the wood grain behind the enamel. I cannot stress enough how much you're going to want to pick this up when you do your kitchen cabinet facelift. We then primed our cabinets with the KILZ number 2. So this is not what it actually looks like when you pick it up from the store. So the actual enamel that we're using on our cabinets is by Valspar. It's a semi-gloss interior enamel, and it's made specifically for cabinets, and it's oil enriched. The scent of it was not terrible, so that was a huge bonus. This there again is another added piece to the puzzle of making this project way easier than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago for us. Valspar is my favorite when it comes to handling everyday wear and tear on the busiest room in the house. Even though this isn't my cabinets, this is the color that we painted above the cabinets. It's called Polo Blue. This actually, Polo Blue is a color from Sherwin-Williams, if I'm not mistaken. However, I haven't been able to actually show you guys the Valspar paint that I've used in some of my other videos, but I like to use a semi-gloss on my walls too. It wipes down really well. And there again, for me, Valspar has the color and the coverage that you want. Pretty much stays with any kind of scuffs. So, a little bonus feature here. We use the Rust-Oleum Matte Finish Custom Spray Paint. I chose this because, first of all, it has a car on the front of it. So I thought if it's made for customizing a car, it would be just fine on my hardware. So that was my thought process. There again, I like Rust-Oleum paint. Definitely has a nice wear quality to it. And last but not least, I cannot forget my Purdy brushes. I actually use the Purdy roll brushes on the face and the back side of the cabinets, but I use the brushes in between. No matter what, I always use Purdy for my painting tools. It makes a huge difference in how your paint is applied. Totally worth it. You will not regret it. So now it's time to roll the tapes in the process. All of these products you can find at your local Lowe's, but I will have the links below. That way you know exactly what you're looking for, or just do an online cart and then go pick it up. Now for the part we've all been waiting for. First, remove all of your items from your countertops. Now spray an even coat of Krud Kutter on your cabinet surfaces. Now let this sit for 3 to 5 minutes. This is going to make this project so much easier and quicker too. The cabinets closest to the stove definitely need the full 5 minutes to soak off any grimy stuff. After your Krud Kutter has sat for 3 minutes, take a bristle brush and hot water to scrub the cabinets. Make sure to scrub the inside corners really well to remove grease and all the funky stuff that sticks over time. Depending on your cabinet's condition, you may have to repeat this step once or twice more. I left the hardware handles on to make it easier to clean everything at the same time. But now it's time to remove the hardware. Once you've removed all your handles, it's time to wipe down your cabinets with a towel and very hot water. Not too hot as to burn yourself, but hot enough to make sure that you get all of the Krud Kutter chemicals off. At this point, you will know if you should repeat this prepping process. When your cabinets have completely dried, it's time to start the priming process. In the priming step, I kept the cabinet doors on to make it easier and quicker. I painted the outside of each door and then opened them up and painted the inside. This way nothing has to lay down, so your primer gets to process and dry at the exact same time. Because in this project and time crunch, timing is everything. You can see how thick the primer is, so make sure you work with it to make it smooth. It will also settle nicely, but you want to make sure to not create any run marks. If I wasn't in a time restraint, I would have emptied my cabinets and painted the inside as well, but that will have to wait for another day. Now that everything's primed, it's time to let this dry for about 8 hours, so let's get some sleep. You want to stay hydrated through all of your projects. That is why I am now an ambassador of the Hydro Jug. Right now, through the current events, most water fountains are down. This kind of keeps water bottle waste down. So just to let you guys know about what this is and why I am so obsessed. It is a half-gallon jug that has a handle. They have lots of different colors, so have fun. Then it has a sleeve that goes on top of your water bottle, which has pockets. And my favorite part, a strap, which makes it easy to carry so you don't drop it. Your hands are free for anything else that you may need to do. So you pick out your bottle color and then you pick out your sleeve. It can definitely showcase your personality. So if you're looking for an easier way to get your water in, you can purchase yours by checking out my link below.
Let's take it slow.
Now that our prep work is finally done, our cabinets are ready to be disassembled and painted.
I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
So at this point, now we take the doors off, disconnect the doors from the base of the cabinets, and then disconnect the hinges from the door itself. This way, if you need a break from standing, you can have a sit and work project, or to bring a second set of hands to help you, and you can keep working on the base.
You don't know how you say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too, and if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you.
Now that our doors are removed, we paint our first coat of enamel on the cabinet base. Make sure to get under the cabinets. Honestly, if I had not just dropped something, I may have forgotten to do this. But it makes such a big difference.
And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it.
While doing projects like this, it's a great time to listen to motivational speakers or to find a good audiobook. What are some of your favorites that have inspired you while working on your space around you? Tell me what inspires you. Let me know in the comments below.
Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Cause I don't want nobody to change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind makes me think I ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind makes me think I ain't nobody perfect.
Once we have finished the base coat on the base of our cabinets, we will start the doors. When painting the doors, we start with the back side first. Go ahead and finishing both coats to have that completely finished before we start the front of the doors. Just a little tip, to keep your paint fresh in between times during a project, cover the top with press and seal. Now our paint is ready for the front of the doors and the next step without having to clean and prep in between drying times. I used a brush for the crevices and corners and a roller for all of the flat surfaces. We are going to repeat this process 3 times per cabinet door. During this time, I found some great podcasts to listen to, one of which is Brene Brown's Unlocking Us. I highly recommend it. My creative projects help me to work out my mental and spiritual processes. It gives me something to control while I practice letting go of my expectations of the world around me. What are some things that you do that help you to accept change in life? Everything officially has 3 coats, so now it's time to go to bed and then we'll wake up tomorrow and put our cabinets back together. I did not replace my hardware because there were 2 holes in here that were too close to each other. So it was going to be very difficult to find hardware that would match this up without having to fill in the holes of the cabinet itself. So we just gave our hardware its own little facelift. So here are our black hinges. Unfortunately, the day that I spray painted the temperature was dropping, being 3 degrees outside. So I did not have time to video this. I turned them face down, spray painted the back once, and to get the sides from the back side too. And then I flipped them over and spray painted the top of these 2 times. Fortunately, that was the only part of this video that I wasn't able to showcase the actual painting section and how I did that. So anyways, just remember, backside face down, backside once, and flip them over once that's dry, and then do 2 coats of Rust-Oleum on the top. I did replace the hinges. I picked those up from Amazon. I will put those in the link below. You want to make sure that you get hinges that have the desired look that you're going for. Our previous cabinets, you could not see any of the hinge except for just the part that just kind of connects, like this little round part. But when we got these, I actually had to make new holes on the outside. Now that they're up, I like it, but when I first started, like when we first got them in and first started putting the cabinet doors back up, I was a little aggravated with myself because I didn't pay attention to the hinges that we originally had. However, I do like the way that this looks. I think it has a nice contrast with the white and then the black. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was a huge project, but one that was so worth it, and I love walking into my new kitchen and the brightness that it brings to our house. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment below. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, share my channel to your friends, and just remember that you have the power to change your life and to love the life you live. And I guess at this point, I'll see you later, creators.